How you doing? Mr. DJ's back. Pretty excited about this record. Hadn't heard this thing in years. My goodness, getting into that dance music, that high-tech dance music. 1989. Still loving that dance music. Really got into it starting in the late 80s, man. Had New Order, Depeche Mode, Inner City, Information Society, and the Chicago Remixer. Chicago Acid House DJ and producer. His name was Maurice at number 30. This is Acid on my fancy playlist. Yes. Of March 18th, 1989. Maurice, his real name is Maurice Joshua. He was a Chicago house, acid house, well DJ, as I've already mentioned. And this song went to number one on the dance charts. Now, the original mix was about almost 5 minutes, I think. It's still up on YouTube as of this date, April 25th, 2017. But this is one jam right here. It was a B-side. Started out as a B-side to a record by a guy named, I wrote his name down, Hot Hand Somebody. Well, I can't even tell you the name of the A side because it's very suggestive. Hot Hands Hula Mahone. Had the A side. It was called something. I got a well. I better not go into that. But anyway, that was. But anyway, this record, which was originally a B side, became a number one dance hit on Billboard Club Play charts. That Chicago scene was bristling with that house music back in the day, boy. You think of house music, you think of Europe, or you might think of Miami or Los Angeles. Not Chicago, but Chicago was bumping back in the day, 1989. Now, I'm really excited because I like these technical details. I don't want to get too much of the technical details because you start losing people, and quite frankly, I don't understand the whole thing myself. You might do a better job at comprehending it than me. This instrumental, the original mix, um, was used two instruments. There was the Roland TR-800 drum machine, and there was also the Roland TB-303 bass synthesizer used on this, plus some reverb and vocals, and that's it. No real guitars, no real drums, all machines. Of course, a lot of people criticize 80s music for getting too mechanized, for being soulless. I don't really agree with that, but a lot of people did feel that way back in the day. As a matter of fact, I remember talking to a fellow. We'd get into it. I mean, we'd talk about 60s music because I love, I'm in the 60s. But he said about 80s music, man, all this stuff that's coming out today. He told me this back in 1989, 89, 90. All the stuff that's coming out today is synthetic. And people are coming down on today's music in 2017. I mean, one generation after another. But here's the thing. I know I got off topic. The Roland TR-800 drum machine used on this record and the Roland TB-303. Now, here's the thing about the TB stands for transistor bass. It was manufactured. This bass synthesizer was manufactured by Roland Randall. I think it was Roland Corporation. Only 10,000 of these were produced. 18-month period between 1982 through 1984. 10,000. It was meant, the original concept of this bass synthesizer was meant to help guitarists. A guitarist would practice by himself or herself by using, say, a substitute bass player. I think that's what this was supposed to be, a substitute bass player, this Roland TR-303. But then later on, guess what happened? The DJs, some of these DJs in Chicago, they embraced the Roland TB-303 and they used it to produce, to break ground in electronic dance music, acid house music. This instrument, this device, this sequencer. How about that? I mean, I read stuff like this and I'm like, I can't wait to share this with people. I'll be dang. Well, anyway, we got Maurice at number 30 on my fancy playlist. Getting down on the BPMs. I cannot get enough of those beats per minute. After all, I was once a club DJ myself, but at a much, 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 much smaller market. Nothing like Chicago. Maurice, this is Acid at number 30 on my fancy playlist, March 18th, 1989.